ban on critical race theory will continue in one California school district after a judge upheld the district's policy and right to enforce it. And a Maryland school district faces backlash for a controversial scholarship program. Joining us this morning to discuss is Parents Defending Education's Director of Outreach, Erika Sanzi. Good morning to you. Welcome back to the National Desk. Happy Friday.
Good morning, Jan.
Let's start in California. Last year, the Temecula Valley Unified School District was sued for their policies that prohibited critical race theory and also requiring teachers to inform parents if a child requested a change of name or pronoun based on a new gender identity. Well, a judge recently made a ruling in favor of the district. So give us the background on this lawsuit and really what happened recently.
So Temecula is one of the school districts that saw a flip of their school board, so they now have a conservative majority. And so they had passed two policies that had really upset some people in the district as well as the teachers union. One related to instruction based in critical race theory, and the other one related to what are considered parental exclusion policies, where districts withhold information from parents about their child's new gender identity at school. So this is not the law. The lawsuit is moving forward, but this was
an injunction.
This was an injunction, which would have meant that the judge would have made the district pause these new policies until the lawsuit could be decided on the merits. He decided not to do that.
And what were the reasons for the judge finding in favor of the school district?
Yeah, and I'm actually going to read a little bit just because I want to be sure I get it right. The legal stuff makes me nervous if I'm not using exact words. But on the issue of critical race theory, the judge rejected the claim that the policy was too vague. And he said, it seems clear to the court that a person of ordinary intelligence would have a reasonable opportunity to know what is prohibited, as what is prohibited is set out specifically in the resolution. On the parental exclusion policy regarding gender, the judge argued that the policy is not discriminatory because it applies equally to all students, and it is actually gender neutral. It does not single out transgender or gender nonconforming students, and instead applies to any student's request to change their official or unofficial records in terms of names and pronouns.
That's an interesting reasoning there. Another big story that we're following this time on the East Coast out of Maryland is this new $1 million scholarship program in Baltimore County Public Schools, really facing backlash for what critics say is discriminatory. So what is this program and how does it work?
Yeah, the program is called Growing Our Own. It's a scholarship program, and it seeks to recruit and retain BIPOC teachers. So that would include Black, Indigenous, and people of color teachers, as well as female educators specializing in STEM. The argument is that students deserve teachers who look like them. We hear that a lot. But again, if we take that claim at face value, 50% of students in the schools are boys. And not only is there no effort here to increase, male teachers, which are already the vast minority of teachers, but it explicitly includes females who teach STEM and excludes males. So there's a few problems here with the discrimination in terms of race, but also in terms of sex.
Yeah, and Erika, as we know, this program comes as that district, as well as many other districts across the country, really facing a major teacher shortage. So what's the solution here? Because recruitment increasingly right now becoming a huge problem across the country.
Yeah, so I have one is short term and one is long term. Short term, we've got to eliminate barriers of entry into teaching and embrace alternative pathways. So that means that, everybody does not have to have a degree from a school of education in order to be a successful teacher. And all the evidence we have actually shows that that specific degree from an ed school doesn't really have any positive impact on student learning. But long term, I think we have to get really honest about the fact that we can't bemoan not having a diverse teacher pipeline, which actually is a problem. We do not have enough diversity in our teaching force. But that's because we're graduating so many students who can't read or do math proficiently. And if we look at Black boys in the 8th grade, only 1 out of 10 Black boys reads on grade level. So how are we then suddenly going to help them become teachers when they're older? So again, I think that talking about our teacher pipeline and diversity in the pipeline really means getting very real about how poorly we are serving students in the lower grades and how they're not prepared to be part of that pipeline because we're failing them in those early years.
Parents Defending Education's Director of Outreach, Erika Sanzi. Great seeing you. Have a great weekend.
You too, Jen. Great to see you.
Thank you.